Alright, boys, so first off, we'll go over Judy's POV really quick. I spoke with Judy in TeamSpeak about his plays, and his logic was essentially that he had an MP9, and he felt like he had to play kind of close because we obviously have a full buy, and he doesn't, and he didn't feel like he could really utilize the MP9 anywhere else other than playing a bit risky and making a play. He also thought that the B control was different than the other rounds. I think Judy has plausible deniability. I mean, the way he explained it, I mean, you can go both ways, you know, like, you can give him the benefit of the doubt, or you could say sniping. I don't think you can really conclusively say either way, so I'm not even really going to touch on it. I just felt like showing it just so people could see. Now, the thing that is, like, a little bit weird that I think is, like, without talking to Judy, I think it's really weird to, like, run through the long tunnel, not clear your left, and then run into short. I mean, in his defense, Cooper was holding short for a long time with an AWP originally, because I did check everyone's POV. Like, I checked everything in terms of sounds, what you could hear, what you can't hear. Judy didn't really do anything that crazy in my mind. It's just more the fact that he was so adamant that we were going A when we had gone B so much that I thought was a little bit weird. Just because you hear one person doing something different doesn't mean that you know for a fact one person's there, you know? Like, I feel like a lot of people, when they get called out for stream sniping or doing something, they always fall back to, like, oh, well, I heard only one guy, but it's like, no one has calmed anything today. Not a single sound has been calmed today, you know? Like, we haven't done anything. So, I don't really know how you can know for so certain other than just taking a risk. But it's FPL, and people take giant risks all the time. So, you know, do with that information what you will. I'll give Judy the benefit of the doubt here. But I still think it's a little bit weird. But again, it's FPL. Pugs are a lot harder to quantify. If Judy was doing this in his team, I would have a completely different opinion on it. But, you know, it is what it is. I'll show you guys Cooper's POV really quick, just so you guys can kind of see what Eric and Judy had for information. Like I said, I don't want to make it seem like I'm not showing you guys all of the different variables here. So here's Cooper just kind of holding the smoke. So, you know, like I said earlier, Judy explained it. Some people on my team had been taking water. So the fact that, you know, Cooper sees no one water and he thinks it's a fake up either, it lends a little bit more to what Judy said. Like I said, I'm giving Judy the benefit of the doubt here, but I just wanted to explain kind of some of the different roles that we're seeing. I mean, we can quickly look at Hate too. I mean, he's just the one that boosted it, so it's nothing crazy. But again, Hate is like completely irrelevant to this whole thing. I don't think he did anything wrong or whatever. So, or maybe he's just the greatest. He's the best sniper of all because no one suspects him. But as you can see, like, Hate didn't really do anything this round, you know, so he's kind of irrelevant. I just felt like just showing you guys, so. This is pretty much Hate's POV, he didn't really do anything. Yeah, so. Alright, so here's Eric's POV. Just for the record, I didn't actually think Eric was sniping. I'm just showing you guys a couple POVs, just for the sake of the demo, so. As you can see, Eric's just kind of controlling Con. I had been Con about 4 or 5 different rounds and killed them almost. I don't think they ever killed me Con. I killed them every time, so it's not that weird that he's in here with a Meg, just trying to, you know, catch me off guard or whatever. I don't think anyone attempted a Meg yet, so Meg's a pretty good close range weapon, especially since I was going by myself. So I don't think the play's that weird. The thing that I find a little bit more weird is just kind of like Judy pushing through the monster and expecting only one guy. Is like, you're here, you see that, you know I'm blue, right? You didn't actually fully clear it. Then at this point, at around 120-ish, like, Vulcan's going to call him that we're coming heavy long. And Eric just runs up. Like, yeah, he's kind of looking over there with the USP, but this is kind of what I mean about FPL and, like, NA is, like, people don't really play safe, right? Like, just because your teammate's calling heavy long or they're faking B and there's one guy's like, you can still have a lurker. You could have the guy coming back from B. You know, like the guy, me at Blue Door, I could have been waiting top mid or party, and like people take a lot of liberties, is all I'm saying in FPL, and sometimes it can make it feel weirder because in a real game, I don't think most of us would run up with a mag full speed and just charge long A, you know, like. But at the same time, like I said, I don't think Eric was sniping. I just felt like showing you guys a couple of the perspectives. All right, boys. So this is gonna be uh, a clip from Cooper's VOD so that we can hear the comms from their perspective. Okay.
I don't see him in short.
So Cooper calls no one short. That's good.
Fucking A this round.
So they know no one's short. They know that that I'm blue door. Assuming Eric called it earlier.
This is faking. This guy is fucking faking.
So Judy now thinks it's a fake, because questions that are unknown to me. I mean, I wouldn't have thought this is a fake just off of that, but whatever.
B. It's gonna be A, I think.
Long.
Now, do you see the timer right here? He called long at 122.
Long.
It's gonna be
Long,
A, boys.
long.
They're already like at the
One
flower
monster.
thing.
They're ready at the flower thing. How would you have known that? 117, right there. That's the first sound that he sees from his perspective is 117. So if someone would like to fill me in on how this is possible, maybe he's got that device Hermione had in Harry Potter where you could like when she was taking multiple classes. I don't know, man. You know, maybe there's an explanation I haven't really thought about.
It's only one.
Yeah.
I'm dropping you nades for us. Orange.
And for the moneymaker, so this is Vulcan's POV. So he smokes monster, and you're gonna see him running towards heaven. He's got the flash out for monster. Just kind of chilling. Doesn't hear no rushing. It's not that weird to start 4 towards B, especially in FPL, you know. But this is what I find a little bit weird. Is right here. No one's heard anything at A, obviously, but like this is the thing, and I'm gonna change my volume to like 5. Okay, so I'm gonna make it really fucking loud. So if you have sensitive ears, I'm warning you right now that this should be pretty. It might be pretty loud. I don't know what it's gonna actually sound like on YouTube, but. So 117 is the first sound that we hear at A, okay? There's not a single other sound that anyone heard footstep-wise during this entire round. You would not know that there's like a bunch coming long or short. You'd have no idea. You'd know that there's maybe one there now, right now. But before this, you couldn't have known. As you can see, hate is all the way up here with Cooper. So they have 4 stacked up on the site on us. We're flanked already, and we end up obviously losing the round. But like these are the type of rounds that just piss me off.
Like how are they
Noise Simpest one tap me through this jump up smoke, man.
I don't know.
Alright, let's look at the start of this round, alright? So we'll look at a couple of the rounds prior to the last round. So we molly short, George comes over here, flashes the water. We don't actually take short. No one went short. We're just hiding. We don't do anything. Daft's watching the A push. I mollied blue door. I'm coming back to them. We have one guy making sound for Krieg. No one else is shooting their guns. We're just chilling. This round does not look that much different than the other round. But keep in mind, at this point in the round, they were over-rotating already towards A on the last round. And, like, the round honestly isn't that different. Like, can you guys see what I see? Am I crazy here? Then we'll go to the next round, right? So we actually should have lost this round. There's me sabotaging my team, throwing a really shitty molly. I'm using the Viper, and I really like it, but I've been accidentally clicking mouse 1 sometimes. So here's another round where we do take water here, but like they make it sound like we take water every round if you talk to them. Like if you talk to them, they're like, "Oh, you always take water." It's like, no, we actually didn't, and you didn't over-rotate the rounds that we didn't take water towards A, so that doesn't count. You can't just selectively choose how you determine to do things. You know, if you're using logic that you're trying to convince me or other people that you weren't sniping with, then like at least it's got to be somewhat consistent, but.